This video is going to be about how to teach yourself to be a content creator. While the focus of a lot of words that I will use will be centered around VTubers, this video can also help anyone who just wants to be anything else, honestly, creating any type of content, art, music in general. And you can take an advice from that source and use it however you feel. So let's get started. Something that I quickly noticed that I'm going to point out is that there's a lot of guides out there on how to teach yourself how to be a VTuber. Some may be better than others, but a lot of these are honestly really valid and really good. You can still learn something by just checking these out. Usually the word that gets thrown around first is like how do I get a model? How do I start streaming? All of those questions are probably already answered. It's literally just Google it. Literally just Google it. This may upset you. However, something that I really, really want to put in people's mind as a proper first step before you take a first step is to have a bit of self-awareness on your position. Since you are starting a lot of this or you want to learn more about it, you need to recognize your own skills, your own speed. Not all guides are created equal. I have been a teacher for about 5 years. I have a bachelor's degree in education. I may not be teaching right now because I've been focusing on other goals in my life because of my health reasons. That is my own personal business. I do want this to be very organic. So hopefully this helps you too. So let's point out the big elephant in the room. I mentioned that there's a lot of guides. I'm here on YouTube. I just wrote the word Vtuber guide. This is an example because you can write the same thing for art or for music. And you may notice that some of these videos are titled, for example, starting as a VTuber in 2025, a video from a year ago. This may help, but what if the person changed the title? That's up to you if you want to listen to this video. I watched it. It's really good. It's amazing. I recommend giving them a lookout if this is something that interests you. Someone who's been in the game for a while is Mary Yume, super OG, professional, all of this. I can vouch for that, honestly. However, the one on the very top here, it's very cohesive. Very good, by the way. I am not going to go down any further. I don't want to overwhelm you. I want you to focus on your speed and also your niche. Those are things that are going to be thrown around very often. Anytime you go to a certain guide, you will find buzzwords such as find your niche, find your path, find what makes you comfortable and start going for it. The thing is, every time that I hear that, I kind of like facepalm myself in the face because as much as I say that I am a teacher, I should be able to understand all of this, I still have a lot of self-doubt. We are all going to have that at the beginning. Trust me. And there's never a point in time where any creator feels fully confident. Even when they create any kind of content with most confident as possible, there will still be a doubt of should I do this? Should I vouch for that? Should I go for it? Should I actually, pull the trigger on this plan? Because it may flop and it can destroy my path. What is a path? What is a niche? I think I need to do a bit of a service by explaining one and the other, sorry. So the niche part, that's the word that always gets to me. It's kind of a trigger word for me because people use it as like a summary for everything because it basically is that. The same way that I said that everybody learns different and everybody learns on their own speed, the way you produce the content that you want to make is also going to be vastly different from everybody. We all have different skill levels on different things. I may be good at art. I may be fast at editing. And vice versa. You could be the one that is really fast at something. You may not know this yet. You can give it a try. As everything, it takes patience. You may need to do your own research on how good you are at that specific skill. I really want to tell a story about how I hear tons of people, tons of friends who are like, I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. That's me, by the way. Yeah, I'm talking for a friend, by the way. No, it's me. Yeah, no, I've been there too. Trust me. I've been there for over a decade. I never started until 2 years ago. And let me tell you, this has been the most fun that I ever had. But does fun equal success? Not exactly. It will not. I'm very passionate about it. Just trust me. I feel like I am, but it will not equal success. And you can learn how to be successful, but you also have to master the game in your own ways by gaining your own skills that will lead you to that. It's very vague. I feel like maybe there's ways to like specifically target it. There's trends, there's popularities to follow. And if you're someone who is a little bit more secluded and keep to yourself a lot, like being introverted, you can still create a lot of these type of contents, like being good at art, or being a good streamer. Some people go different routes, like socializing a lot, networking, quote unquote, or making a lot of friends in the most organic way. Please never force yourself to make friendships with other content creators. It may not end well for you or for them. And that's something you should know about too. It's like how things can work at your own speed. Before you deep dive into all of these guides and all of the knowledge that is vastly out there in the internet, you're going to have to tell yourself how much patience you actually need for all of this. Please don't overwhelm yourself. This is the first mistake. It's gonna happen. It may happen. Who knows? Some people are more motivated than others. Never feel demoralized. Understand the name of the game, which is discipline. You gotta put in your head that you will want to have some sort of practice. Maybe listen to one of these videos like once a day, or maybe listen to it on your free time, because time is probably the biggest resource that you're gonna spend in all of this. People say it's money to get a VTuber like the one I have right now, but there's a lot of cheap VTubers out there. Same thing with arts for tools for art, and a lot of tools for creating any kind of music or anything out there. It may cost money, it may not cost money. You can make do with what you have. It's not about it's not about the tools, it's about what you can do with them. Trust me. There is a lot of creators out there who barely have the resources, but I guess the one that matters the most is just having a decent PC. It doesn't have to be high end. And if your PC isn't that strong, then you're probably gonna have to, well, as much as it sucks for me to say this, you're probably gonna have to suck it up for a little bit and just work around it. You have to probably work around the content that you need to make. If you can't stream, how about making some YouTube videos? If you can't do art properly, like high end on big programs, then make what you can with the editing tools that you have. That itself could be art. And the important part is creating and giving it a try, so that you can learn by giving yourself a good trial and before you invest anything on it, because who knows if you're ever gonna even like this in the first place. That is something that happens. That's a lot more than you can possibly tell. People out there spending thousands of dollars in resources before even knowing if they even like to do this, or maybe they spend it a lot and they do like it and it's not giving them something in return, and that just sucks. It's gonna be like that. It can happen. It's very random. You can make it not random, but you need to understand how the game works. Is it a game? It's probably, yeah, for a lot of people it's a job, but on the end of the game, at the end of the day, you make of it what you want and work at your own speed with your own niche. Niche beans. Now let's do a homework. What is a niche? A niche is a very oddly specific thing that you can do. It doesn't mean that it's anything like unique. It's what you can do. Let's say, for example, this is just an example, by the way. Let's say that you're a VTuber who specializes in speed running. That could be a niche. How do you make the speed run? Are you gonna make it the same way that other people do, by just counting the speed? Are you gonna do it live? Are you gonna do it with a challenge? Just make it fun and make it cool, of course. That's what people want to see. People want to see a unique take on your own take. Are you going to react to content? You can do it in your own way. It can be transformative. Feel no shame. There will be people out there who will probably tell you about how to go about things, but you do what you can at your most comfortable pace. That is the most important way that I can say that is the most important way that I can say you can do this. Don't overwhelm yourself. Have fun and just create as much cool stuff as you can. And about finding your path, by the way, please work at your own speed. Don't sacrifice your livelihood. That means your income and your time for a lot of this. First, give it a good try. Give it a good discipline. The same way that you're the same way that you're dead scrolling at 3 a.m. or the same way that you are maybe setting aside like 30 minutes to an hour for gaming. Maybe set aside 20 minutes to create some content during the day. More than that, time yourself. If you have the time and resources to do that, then please, by all means, go crazy on it. Have confidence, and it may be able to pay back. As for how things specifically works, if you want to, like anything, if you have a question, don't feel afraid to Google it in a very specific way or search on it on YouTube on a very specific way. There's a lot of resources out there that can help you get started with all of this. So yes, please go out there and have fun, feel confident about it. You may even change eventually your own pace. Let's say, for example, that you're going really slow at the beginning, and then later throughout the month you may gain some momentum and you can go really fast at this. Or you can start strong now and then later slow down a little bit and just enjoy it at your own pace. You may not even start stream all the time. You may not meet a lot of people like a lot of mutuals usually do. It can happen. Most important thing about all of this is genuinely just having fun and just creating some cool shit. So go out there, get some guides, get started however you can, get some resources, whichever you need specifically. Give them all a try, honestly, and have fun. I hope this was motivating enough to understand how to get a good jumpstart on all of this. Please be cautious of buzzwords, don't overwhelm yourself, and have yourselves a lovely night. Have a good night.